students for making my transition from high school to college a breeze. And thank you to Palo Alto faculty and staff.
Thank you to my public speaking teacher, Ms. Fuentes, my Spanish teacher, Mr. Ritos, and thank you, Palo Alto College.
Thank you, Alamo Colleges. Go Palominos.
Thank you, Alamo Colleges, for everything you've done for me, and thank you, Palo Alto College. Go Palominos.
Hi, Palominos. This is Mary Mora. I would love to thank Miss Denise Brown for helping me throughout my college journey and helping me whenever I was in the music department. I'm just very grateful to the college and to Dr. Garza as well.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez and the other professors. Thank you, Palo Alto College, and go Palominos.
Thank you, Ms. Coek, my professor for chemistry, for helping make this journey easier. And to all my first generation graduates out there, we did it. Thank you, Palo Alto College.
Mr. Celso, thank you so much for your encouragement throughout all of these years. Thank you, everybody at the PAC family. Go Palominos.
Thank you, David Macha, for always believing in me and guiding me to where I am today. Thank you, Alamo Colleges, for guiding me as well. Go PAC.
Miss Amelia De Leon, thank you so much for being my teacher for the 2 semesters I was here at PAC. I love you so much. Thank you for continuing to inspire me and other teachers. Bye, Palominos!
I want to thank Palo Alto College and Dr. Daniel Rodriguez for your guidance and support and leadership over the years. Thanks, Alamo Colleges.
Thank you, Alamo Colleges. Go Palominos.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for supporting me in my endeavors. Go Palominos!
Thank you, Palo Alto. Go Palominos!
Hi Palominos, I just want to give a really big special thank you to my drama teacher Nick Castagnon for everything he's ever done for me. You really inspire me, and Palo Alto's really lucky to have someone like you. Thank you.
Is anybody excited? Well, let's keep this excitement going, but before we do, we must prepare for the national anthem. So before we begin, I'm going to ask all of our active duty military and veterans to please rise and be recognized. As a son of a retired Army soldier, we got Army out here, I want to thank you for your service. And so I'm going to ask that, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats and stand to join us in the singing of the national anthem. Lisa Soto and Lizette Razo Robledo, both Palo Alto College students, will lead us in singing of the national anthems. Today's colors are presented by the Somerset Bulldog Battalion from Somerset High School, JROTC. Please, thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please remain standing for the invocation by Lisa Trevino Coronado, Assistant Professor of English and Faculty Senate President at Palo Alto College.
Thank you, Dr. Garza. Good evening, everyone. Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for the gift of our gathering here today to celebrate the accomplishments of these outstanding individuals before us. These students have endured and overcome tremendous obstacles over the past 2 years. They have been tested in ways that they had not been before. Perhaps they doubted themselves a little more, asked themselves tougher questions, or maybe reflected on what is truly important. My hope is that through your guidance and wisdom, they have been able to find their purpose and their strength. We are so excited and honored to have been given the opportunity to share this journey with them, and we humble ourselves before you for allowing us to be a part of it. And as the students prepare to leave us, we pray that you bestow upon them these gifts. Lord, we pray that you give them the tenacity to keep going in the face of adversity. We pray that you give them the courage to ask for help when their burdens seem heavy. We pray that you give them the power to write and rewrite their narrative as their story grows. We pray that you give them strength to be kind when the world is cruel. And Lord, we pray that you give them the knowledge that although you walk beside them, it is they who must continue to take the next steps. Dear God, we thank you for this day, and we ask that you please continue to shine your light over the students, their families, the faculty and staff of Palo Alto College. In your name we pray, amen.
Please be seated. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2022 commencement ceremony of the Alamo College District, Palo Alto College. As we begin today's program, I'd like to introduce our guests. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. The Alamo College's District Board of Trustees, Dr. Jean Sprague, past Chairman, District 6. Dr. Yvonne Katz, past Vice Chairman, or Chairwoman, District 7. Dr. Lorraine Polido, newly elected Secretary, District 4. Ms. Gloria Ray, Assistant Secretary, District 2. Mr. Joe Alderete Jr., District 1. Ms. Ana Bustamante, District 3. And Kara Sullivan, incoming student trustee. I'd also like to recognize the Chancellor for the Alamo College's district, Dr. Mike Flores. Vice Chancellor for Student Success, Dr. Adelina Silva. Outstanding former student recipient, Marilyn Dovalina. Keynote speaker, Mr. Ray Saldana. And our representatives from early college high school partner districts from Edgewood ISD, Harlingdale ISD, New Frontiers Charter School, Southside ISD, Southwest ISD, and South San ISD. I'd also like to recognize our administration, faculty, department chairs, program coordinators, and all distinguished guests. Now we can give that round of applause. As proud Southsiders, I know it was hard for some of you all when you heard your school wanted to jump out of your chair and cheer, so I hear you. But before we continue the program, we would like to recognize someone who has dedicated 22 years to the academic success of our students at Palo Alto College. She truly exemplifies the values of our institution in the Alamo College District. Unfortunately, today will be her last graduation for Palo Alto College as she plans to retire in August. While we will miss Ms. Beth Tanner here at Palo Alto College, the leadership and dedication she has demonstrated over the last 2 decades has helped transform the lives of so many students. I'd like to ask Dr. Mike Flores and Dr. Jean Sprague to join me at the podium as we honor Beth Tanner to give her this gift. Thank you so much, Beth. And on behalf of the Palo Alto College family, we hope that you accept this small token of our appreciation and continue to come back to graduations. Even though you're retired, we hope you do come back. So I want to thank you all for many reasons. This academic year consisted of many challenges related to COVID-19, but it was also a year full of triumph and success. You continued and persisted in pursuing your education during one of the most challenging times, not here in San Antonio, not in Texas, the United States, but the entire world. We applaud you the way that each and every one of you navigated the transition to remote learning while staying on the path for a brighter future. Today is a moment I hope that you will treasure as you are surrounded by friends and family to celebrate the completion of your degree or certificate. You all deserve a huge congratulations for your achievements today. Please join me in a round of applause for our students. At Palo Alto College, we remain committed to creating a better future for the Southside community by providing access to quality higher education to all members of our community. We believe that your success is crucial to our community's future. When you are successful, our community is better served because you are sharing your experiences, perspectives, and knowledge. We need you to help move our community forward. Last spring, we announced the Educate South movement. It's not a program, it's not an initiative, but it's a movement. Because we start the educational conversation as early as birth. We're very proud to have a partnership with Texas Vista, and when babies are born within our community, we know that they're going to do amazing things, as our students here are going to do amazing things. And we're going to talk to parents early on from day one about a college opportunity. In order to fully develop the potential of our community's children, Educate South embraces the fact that college starts at birth. Though we have a strong framework in place, we cannot do this alone. It takes a community of strong, visionary leaders, such as yourselves, to help us on this journey of setting the expectation that a post-secondary education should be open to anyone, and by working collaboratively, we can uplift our Southside community towards a better future for our students, for themselves, and their families. No matter where life takes you in the years ahead, we encourage you to stay connected and get involved. Don't be shy, come home. We hope that you continue the tradition of former students by becoming a member of the PAC Alumni and Friends Association. This will provide you an opportunity to stay connected and support future Palominos. Together, we will continue to strive for excellence and make a difference in the lives of our community. As you move forward into this new chapter of life, I encourage you to remember the hard work, determination, and focus that led you to this day. May it forever inspire and motivate you in achieving your goals. Congratulations to you all as you continue your journey in education and career. I am confident that today's success is a small measure of all you will accomplish in the future. I'd also like to commend the incredible efforts from each and every one of our faculty, staff, community partners, and most importantly, your loved ones in the audience. Let's give everybody a round of applause. We will now invite Dr. Gene Sprague, past chairman of the Alamo College District Board of Trustees, to provide a few remarks.
Well, good evening, everyone. You know, I heard that we have a celebration going on tonight, and I haven't heard quite the news and noise and excitement that I expected to hear. So I'd like to hear some excitement from our graduates, our parents, our friends, and all those people who came to celebrate this day. Let's hear from you. Hey, that's good. You're ready. I'd like to thank Dr. Garza and Palo Alto College for inviting the Board of Trustees to attend today's momentous and celebrated commencement ceremony. On behalf of the Alamo College's District Board of Trustees, I am honored and pleased to extend our congratulations to each one of you. You are the reason we are all here, and you are the reason my fellow trustees and I serve on the board. It's to continue to celebrate your success, now and in the future. This day is about you and your accomplishments, your hard work, your commitment to your education. This day is about the sacrifices you have made to get where you are and to head you where you're going. It's about the investment you have made in your future, and it's being realized today as you cross the stage. So we are honored that you have become a member of the Alamo College's family. That means, by the way, that you are now all alums and can encourage and tell everybody else what a great experience it was to graduate from Palo Alto College. So we share to the parents, the families, and friends here with us. We share your pride in your students' accomplishments. Congratulations to you all. Let's celebrate.
Thank you, Dr. Sprague. I would now like to welcome another true leader here for the Southside community, Dr. Mike Flores, our Chancellor of the Alamo College District.
Good evening. Buenas tardes. No, come on, y'all. Good evening. All right, we have a celebration going on. So I must say this is momentous May for all of us at the Alamo College's district because we are celebrating the achievements of 11,000 graduates at each and every college that are being able to realize their dreams. So we've had actually 4 graduations. This will be the 4th graduation that we've had at Freeman Coliseum, but they did not look like this. They were not this full. There were not this many folks. There were quite a few, but I think that Dr. Gatsa, we probably may want to move to the Alamo Dome next year. So there are 1,600 students that are going to realize the dream of a degree from Palo Alto College. There are over 800 that are participating here tonight. And then we have the 11,000 plus that are going to realize their dreams. And I think what is significant is, as noted earlier, you made it through the pandemic. And if college weren't difficult enough, you're able to cross the stage with your associate's degree or a certificate or perhaps your high school equivalency. And soon for Palo Alto College and all of the Alamo colleges, a bachelor's degree. Imagine that, the power of beginning with a high school equivalency or diploma, realizing a certificate or an associate's degree, and then realizing a bachelor's degree from Palo Alto or any of the Alamo colleges. I want to congratulate Dr. Gatsa, faculty and staff on behalf of all of our colleagues from the Alamo College's district. There are so many things to be proud of at Palo Alto. Dr. Gatsa mentioned Educate South, in which education begins at birth and continues all the way through to career. Other points of distinction include actually a more vibrant presence of healthcare programs at Palo Alto College, and especially in the midst, as we pivot from COVID, to celebrate the first class of nursing students at Palo Alto College. to celebrate the first class of dental hygiene students at Palo Alto College, to honor the legacy of over 30 years of Palo Alto providing access and opportunity to each and every individual from the South Side and throughout our community with an associate's degree to prepare to transfer, or perhaps an associate's degree or certificate to go into the workforce. Congratulations, felicidades from all of us at the Alamo Colleges District. Keep it up and continue on your journey, because it's not only the achievement of a goal for you, but as many of you know, it's the achievement of a goal, some struggle, definitely lots of successes for everybody here who came to honor and celebrate each and every one of you. I also want to congratulate all of the individuals that are Alamo Promise Scholars that have that nice off-white stole. Is Anthony Rivas here? Anthony Rivas is earning, he's an Alamo Promise Scholar and is earning an Associate of Science from Palo Alto College and preparing to transfer. Each and every one of you are spectacular. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Congratulations to Alamo Promise Scholars, because it's a movement of 10,000 individuals that will continue to pay it forward. Felicidades, you all.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Flores. At this time, I'd like to welcome Nicole Q, your 2022 Student Government Association Executive Officer of Academic Success. Nicole.
Good evening, everyone. To the Board of Trustees, the Chancellor, Palo Alto administration, staff, faculty, and all our honored guests. My name is Nicole Hu. Let me begin by saying how beautiful everyone looks tonight. I think we clean up nicely. This is an exciting day for all of us. We have a magnificent and blended Palo Alto College family, and I am extremely honored to be able to speak to you today, despite how nervous I am. I want to share with you a story about a tireless and steadfast champion. This person struggled and persevered by making hard choices, doing homework ahead of time instead of waiting until tomorrow. This person fought against negativity, voices telling them that they can't do it or it's too hard, saying things to themselves like, why am I doing this? This isn't for me. This person fought against negativity with every fiber of their being, drowned out those voices, and won. This person always tried to prove everyone wrong and telling themselves their accomplishments were meant for others' happiness and making others proud. They got up every day believing they were only doing this for their family. Don't get me wrong, I'm a family person, and there isn't anything that I wouldn't do for mine. Now, can you tell me who you think this steadfast and tireless champion is? Okay, I'll tell you. It's you. You made it to those classes every day. You did all the work. And oh my goodness, the essays, you did those too. You finished late night, sometimes last minute projects. You went to work, came home to maybe some coffee, a stack of homework. Oh, let's recognize the high school students who could have had a normal teenage experience, but instead they sacrificed and took advantage. They took advantage of an opportunity that some of us did not get when we were in high school. You are a champion. We are champions. You may have endured, for everything you may have endured and still may be enduring to this very moment, just know that you are one step closer to your victory. And victories are more rewarding when you know what losing feels like. Everything you have accomplished in your journey at Palo Alto College to get to this point is to better and improve yourself for you, because you matter. I'm going to repeat that one more time, just in case you didn't hear me. Everything you are doing to further your education is to better and improve you. We cannot help or care for others without improving ourselves first. Always remember, to be a champion, you must own your struggles to reconcile with your success. This milestone that you have just accomplished is just the beginning of yet another milestone in the making. Whether it be that four-year university you are about to transfer to, that job you're about to start in the workforce, or maybe that patriotic choice of serving our country by joining the military. Let me be the first to say thank you for your service. Maybe you're that person that just hasn't quite figured it all out yet, and that's okay, as long as you know that you are in control. You will find yourself on your terms. Be proud of where you are today. Giving this speech is a champion moment in my life, and it is a privilege to speak in front of such a fine group of people, graduates and their families, Palo Alto College, faculty and staff, administration, that have been such a positive influence on our lives. After today, we will have yet another victory under our belt, and we will begin to train for the next. This next part is a little bit unconventional because I thought for days what words of wisdom I could bestow on this very persevering graduating class. I searched high and low, something that penetrates my soul, and I found Ludacris, one of my favorite rappers next to Eminem. I encourage you to find something, a song, a quote, a poem, whatever suits your lifestyle. Use it to inspire you daily, especially when you feel you're at your lowest. The words that inspire me come from a song called Champion by Carrie Underwood featuring Ludacris. He says, "Born champion. The C is for the courage I possess through the drama. The H is for the hurt, but it's all for the honor. A is for my attitude, working through the patience. Money comes and goes, so the M is for motivation. Gotta stay consistent. The P is to persevere. The I is for integrity, innovative career. O is optimistic, open and never shut. And the N is necessary, because I'm never giving up." I almost thought I was going to continue rapping. That wouldn't have turned out great. Discover your inner strength and always take that risk for yourself, because you are important. You matter. We are victorious. We can make a difference in this world. There is a leader in every seat tonight. Now let's go be champions. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Well, thank you, Nicole. I think I found a future speechwriter here at Palo Alto. Wow, amazing. Truly an inspiration. Your service and leadership has been a great asset to Palo Alto College and the Alamo College District, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. With over 150,000 graduates over the last 37 years, we know why there is we know that there is an untold number of amazing stories. This is why in 2013 we started a tradition of honoring our outstanding former students. And this year's honor is presented to Marilyn Dovalina. Marilyn is a first-generation college graduate with a degree in accounting. She joined the United States Air Force right out of high school and was fortunate to have traveled to Okinawa, Japan. She was awarded the National Defense Service Medal and the Air Force Good Conduct Medal. After completing a tour, she came back to San Antonio and decided to pursue her education in accounting. And like many of our non-traditional students, Marilyn worked full-time and went to school full-time at Palo Alto College, all while also raising a family. On behalf of Palo Alto College, I'd like to present Marilyn Dovalina as a 2022 Outstanding Former Student. If Dr. Flores and Dr. Sprague would join me in awarding this honor.
Good evening, Dr. Garza, Dr. Flores, guests, family, and Palo Alto graduates. I am truly honored to be speaking to you as Palo Alto's 2022 Outstanding Former Student. Graduates, you have worked so hard and have come so far to reach this milestone. I want to congratulate you and your families. The late night studies, juggling work, and families has paid off. Tonight, we celebrate you and your accomplishments. Like many of you, I was a non-traditional student when I attended Palo Alto. I worked full-time, attended school full-time, and I also had a family. I remember stepping on campus feeling a bit intimidated. You see, I was the first in my family to attend college, and I was unsure of the steps I needed to take to pursue my education. I would like to thank Palo Alto and the Alamo Colleges districts for offering such amazing programs that give back to the community, like Alamo Promise. It's programs like these that made it possible for many of you to be here today. Again, thank you, Palo Alto and the Alamo Colleges District. Palo Alto taught me two valuable life lessons that could not be taught through a textbook. I learned the meaning of diversity and community. The Alamo Colleges District mission is empowering our diverse communities for success, and Palo Alto's mission is to inspire, empower, and educate our community for leadership and success. You might think diversity means different ethnicities and cultures, and while that is part of the definition, it's bigger than that. Diversity can be defined as people with different life experiences and struggles. Many of you are single parents working multiple jobs to support your family. Many of you are first-generation graduates, and some of you are fortunate that you can attend college full-time and not have to worry about the struggles of working and supporting a family. Even with all these diverse backgrounds, we are all from the same community. I'll admit, when I was younger, I didn't put much thought into diversity and community. Now these words matter to me. Our city has one of the highest urban poverty rates. One of my main motivators, and it's a lesson I pass on to my children, is to give back to our community, to help those less fortunate. A few weeks ago, my son came home and he said, "Mom, I have this friend whose sweater is all torn up. The dog had torn it to shreds, but the young man used the sweater because it was the only one he had." My son, with such a good heart, said, "Mom, can I give him one of my sweaters?" I said, "Yes, of course. This is what I taught him, to help those in need." I use the story of my son as an example because graduates, many of you are first-generation graduates. You have broken the cycle, and you now stand as an example for others in your family and community to graduate. When I was asked to speak to you today, I thought, what is the message I want everyone to walk away with? And it's simple, graduates. In your journey to success, remember your roots. Remember the struggles you went through getting to where you are today. And I hope you use your life experience to be a mentor and a leader to our community and our next generation. I am currently the Chief Financial Officer at Por Vida Academy Charter District. I took this role because it was an opportunity to give back to our community working with disadvantaged children. Our charter school provides the support students need that come from very diverse backgrounds. We have students who are homeless, parents who are incarcerated, students that society has given up on, students who just need another chance. We had a student who was a 3-time dropout, high school dropout. He was a 3rd-generation incarcerated male. He had all the factors of life working against him. He showed up at school with the mentality, this is a waste of time. But the staff showed this young man that there are people that care. They shared their struggles. They mentored him and showed him life doesn't have to be what society told him he would be, another incarcerated male. They never gave up on him. I'm happy to tell you this student received 2 associate degrees. He went on to Texas State University to earn his bachelor's and master's degree, and he is now at graduate school at the University of Texas at Austin. He took his struggles and experiences and is giving back to the community by working with students that come from the same background as his. It's success stories like this that I hope inspire you to be a mentor and a leader for our generation, for our community. Before I return to my seat, I would like to say thank you to my family. First to my husband, Sergio. Thank you for supporting me through my education and career. You had to be dad and mom sometimes, and I know that was not easy, so thank you. To my children, Tristan, Vivian, Caitlin, Cadence, Maddox, and Madison, thank you for being amazing children. In case anyone is wondering, they made me say that. I'm only kidding. You all are my rock. I would not be here today without your love and support. So please stand so we can honor you. Everyone, please join me and give me a round of applause to my family. My final words to you graduates. We all pursue an education to provide for our family, to give them a better life than we had growing up. Take the education and the life lessons you learn here at Palo Alto and pass them on not just to your family, but to our community. Be the reason someone goes back to pursue their education. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Davelina. Truly an inspiring words for all of our graduates, as you were once sitting there once upon a time. And you too could be an outstanding graduate here at Palo Alto College in the future. Just continue to do the amazing things that you do. So it's this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, who was also awarded an outstanding former student in 2016 and is also a distinguished alumni inductee here at Palo Alto College. He is currently the president and CEO of Communities in Schools, the national organization that ensures all students are empowered to stay in school on a path to a brighter future. He also previously served as councilman here in District 4 and represented us here at Palo Alto College. Please help me give a South Side welcome to Mr. Ray Saldana.
President Garza, Chancellor Mike Flores, Alamo Community College Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, and of course, graduates and your invited family and friends, thank you so much for the privilege to have the honor to be able to address you here tonight. I want to begin by showing my appreciation to Palo Alto Community College. I'm grateful for this opportunity because it's a chance to pay a debt to an institution that has given me so much. You see, I'm a product of the south side of San Antonio, born and raised in the shadows, Born and raised in the shadows of Palo Alto, I grew up 2 streets from West Villaret. And I want to take a minute to just talk about my Southside credentials, my Southside street cred. I have cruised down Military Drive on a Sunday in the past. I used to hide in the trunk of my parents' car when we used to go to the Mission Drive-In just to save a few bucks. I've celebrated milestones from graduations, anniversaries, quinceañeras, birthdays at either a taqueria or Royal Palace on Military. I remember the ghost tracks before they were renovated on the South Side. And I remember, and I've done all of my back to school shopping at South Park Mall. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am born and bred puro San Antonio in that way. You know, growing up 2 blocks from Palo Alto has a lot to do with who I am. And Palo Alto was born in 1985. I was born in 1986. A little bit about what it was like to use the vision of what the folks who had an idea about putting a college on the south side of San Antonio and what it could do. Palo Alto was actually where I learned to swim when it was open to the public and they had just finished building out their public swimming pool. It's where my father learned to speak English when he wanted to apply for that job at the H-E-B warehouse. He turned to Palo Alto when he wanted free community courses on how to become and apply to be a US citizen, took those classes at Palo Alto. And it was on an empty Palo Alto parking lot where I learned how to drive. And as a middle school student, Palo Alto offered a free summer program to local students in partnership with UTSA called PrEP that I got to take advantage of. And as a high school student, like many high school students who are here today, I got to take advantage of dual credit. There was a program that was available at my high school. Let me hear you if you're here, South San High School. And it was at a newly built Ozuna library that gave the community and I access to a computer and internet when there wasn't one at home. And it was also Palo Alto where I turned to my very first job when I finished up college, where I became an adjunct professor for 2 semesters. And it's where I met some of the hardest working students I've ever had the privilege of teaching. I tell you that personal history because I want to remind you all that Palo Alto was not a given for the South Side. A college on our side of town was not something that everybody thought was a good idea. We take for granted that Palo Alto has always been there, so we just assume that that's always the way it was. But people had an idea about residents living and growing up on the south side. They sized us up. They sized up the south side of San Antonio and they made a judgment that that's not a side of town that needed a college, that it could be a wasted investment, they thought. Of course, we see with awards and the impacts and products like yourselves that it has racked up, that was a huge mistake from the outset. But when you hear those, when you hear those kinds of expectations about who you are, your community, your family, you start to believe them and maybe you think maybe they're right. Maybe you're not cut out for college, maybe you're not cut out for that promotion, maybe you're not cut out to be anywhere beyond those expectations that people have of you. And I hate to tell you that that's something that I have felt my entire life. You see, I've had the chance to wear many hats. I'm a first-generation American. I'm the son of immigrants, a first-generation high school and college graduate. I'm also the product of just about every free or low-cost program that one could take advantage of, from WIC when I was a baby, free pre-K, after-school programming, free summer camps, you name it, my family and I took advantage of it. And today, I'm the president and CEO of the country's largest, most effective dropout prevention program. The name of the national organization is Communities in Schools. It's a program that, by your following the trend, you might guess it's also a program that I took advantage of. I'm a product of the same program that I get to lead today. And we work on issues from food insecurity and working with students who are homeless, connecting with students who have experienced violence or abuse, or just have lost a loved one and need somebody to turn to. We're inside schools all across the country. Today we're in 3,000 schools, including 100 schools here in San Antonio. And we're everywhere from San Antonio to LA to Chicago to Atlanta to Houston to West Virginia to Seattle. And running that organization is a kid from the South Side who grew up just 2 streets away from West Villeret. It's that spirit of being underestimated that I think is part of a little bit of what it takes to be a first generation or the first in your family to do something. But before becoming the leader of communities in schools, I had the chance to serve for 8 years on the San Antonio City Council on the South Side. And I was voted in, and I became the youngest person ever elected to the City Council. I was 24 years old at the time. And I like to tell a story about the very first door that I knocked on. And I like telling this story because it's true and because it embarrasses me, but what sometimes embarrasses you at the time can also be something that makes you stronger in the future and might even bring you a little bit of pride. So here's the story. It was 2011. I had just finished up graduate school at Stanford, and I returned to San Antonio because I had this crazy idea that I wanted to run for the city council. And if you ever decide that you want to run for office, what you'll learn very quickly is that you have to get over this fear of talking to strangers, and you actually have to go up to a stranger's house and convince them that they should vote for you. So, like any good candidate, I had my clipboard and I had a list of addresses of people who lived on the South Side, and I walk up to my very first door. It's Mrs. Rodriguez. She's 71 years old. I walk up to past the chain link fence, up the driveway. I get to her door and I knock on her door. Knock, knock, knock. I say, Mrs. Rodriguez, and you have to be very quick with your pitch or else you'll get a lot of doors slammed in your face. I say, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm so sorry to bother you. I wanted to come by and introduce myself. My name is Ray Saldana, born and raised on the South Side, went to the local high school, went to college, played baseball, came back, and now I want to be your city councilman. And she scratched her head and looked at me and she said, you say you're running for the city council or are you running for the student council? Because you are not old enough to be my city councilman. And that was the very first door of 3,192 doors that I knocked on that summer. And if you want to get to where it is you want to go, you have to be prepared to have a few doors shut on you, a few people running you off, and even be chased by a few chihuahuas along the way. But most importantly, you have to be prepared to be underestimated. And you have to use that fuel to get what you really want. Like the moment at the very first door that I was at, I was wondering if this was really for me. I was wondering if I had made a mistake. And I have been humbled many times in my life, and I have also found myself in places that I never thought I should be in because of this doubt that I had about who I was, what I was capable of, and what others thought of me. There's actually a term for this. It's called imposter syndrome. Everyone has this feeling. It's this feeling that you don't belong, that you're an imposter, that at any moment you will be called out as a fraud or not smart enough, not good enough, not the right fit. I hear these stories when I work with students all across the country. It's each of these stories of the students, but there is this power in who we are, where we come from, and what it is that we had to overcome to get to it, where it is that we have to go. But I want to tell you just one more story as I close out here, because it's about this question of being ashamed of something, being embarrassed of something, that one day is going to be something that drives you and actually gives you a lot of pride in who you are. It's a story about my dad. Recently, I asked my dad if he would sit down for an interview. And so I grabbed my phone and I recorded the conversation. You see, my father was undocumented for most of his life. And I wanted to hear in his words about where he came from and what it was like and why he came. He told me about coming to this country when he was 18 years old, crossing the Texas-Mexico border, chasing what his father was looking for, a better life for his family. He told me what it was like to work in a meat cutting plant when he got to Texas. A meat cutting plant can be a dangerous place where you process live cows and prepare them for shipment, and to do so without health insurance or benefits or any security. I still remember the time that he was working at that meat cutting plant because when I would hear the rumble of his truck coming home from work, I would be the first one to greet him at the door, and I would wrap my arms around his leg, and what would wrap me was the smell of where he would work with those cows and with those dead processings that he had to work in the meat cutting plant. And I remember that I was so excited. I would hug him, and he would put down his lunch pail, he would put down his hard hat, and I would always put on his hard hat and run around the house because I wanted to be just like him. Until one day he took the hard hat from me. He said, look, I wear this hard hat. I come home smelling the way that I do so that one day you don't have to do that work. He told me that, and I got to tell you that it breaks me to this day to tell you that that was something I was ashamed of, that I didn't find pride in that. But what you once thought you were ashamed of will one day be what makes you most proud. I have a photo of my father, photo of my father when he was working at that meat cutting plant. It's in my office, and I talk about his experience with pride and what he did and he had to sacrifice for his family. Gave his family what your family is hoping for. As they watch from the stands today, they put in the work, the extra shift, the aching body, the stress of life, the daycare, the good times, the bad times. They wanted to see you in your robe and hat today, and maybe they even wanted to save a little extra money to make sure that they could pay for dinner later tonight. But trust me, no dessert will taste as sweet as hearing your name being called tonight. Graduates, I know you put a lot of work. Graduates, I know you put a lot of work in. I know this wasn't an effort that was just a hope and a prayer. This was a long night, an extra effort. But if you'll indulge me, can we please give your support team, your support system, a round of applause for everything they have poured into you? Now, there are times that I still question whether I am good enough. There may be times that you question whether you are good enough or you belong. It happened all throughout my life. But please know that you do belong, and that the feeling in your gut, that fear, it's fuel to get you to where you've never been. There's a great author that I like to quote. His name is Randy Pausch. He's somebody who wrote a book about living while he was diagnosed with a terminal illness and he was dying. He has something to say about that feeling in your gut, that doubt, that imposter syndrome, that feeling that creates walls between us and where we want to go. He says, the walls are not there to keep us out. The walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. Because the walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. Today is not an accident. You are not an imposter. Graduates, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Y como dice mi papá, no hay nada más que echarle ganas. Graduates, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Felicidades, échale ganas.
Okay, bueno, how inspiring. So this is when it's about to get a little exciting, a little crazy, and you're gonna forget about the heat. It's that time. Okay, So before we do that, I got a few more words, I'm sorry. So what Ray's talking about is true. Palo Alto was not supposed to exist. You weren't supposed to be here. But I will tell you, all those doubters, anybody who said it couldn't happen on the South Side, you are living proof that it can happen in the South Side. It will happen in the South Side for generations to come. We are not going anywhere. And in fact, we have been recognized as the #2 community college in the entire United States of America. We have over 150,000 graduates here at Palo Alto College. We have an Alamo Promise program that guarantees tuition and fees free for every Southsider in San Antonio. This is where it starts, this is where it begins, and this is where it's going to continue, and I guarantee you it will never end. And so at this time, I'm going to ask Lisa Coronado, President of Palo Alto College Faculty Senate, who is now going to present the graduating class.
Will the candidates for degrees and certificates of completion please rise? Dr. Garza, upon completion of the requirements for their degree, these students are recommended by the faculty for the degrees of Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts in Teaching, Associate of Science, and for certificates of completion.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the direction and approval of the Board of Trustees of the Alamo College District, I confer upon you the degrees of Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts in Teaching, Associate of Science, and certificates contingent upon your successful completion of all degree requirements. We will now prepare to present the degrees. As the graduates are lining up, I'd like to take a moment to present 2 posthumous degrees to 2 students who have passed away during our academic year. Here to accept the Associate of Applied Science in Cosmetology esthetician on behalf of Tara Scarlett Blanquis are her son Logan Soto and her sister Miranda Blanquis. Here to accept the Associate of Arts in Sociology on behalf of Angel Guadalupe Gonzalez are his brothers Isaac J. Gonzalez and Daryl Gonzalez. And I also mentioned that Angel was also a member of the Palo Alto College men's basketball team. So before you step down, as president of Palo Alto College here in 2022 commencement ceremony, Palo Alto College will retire the number 23 from this day forward.
Hold on. Let's get there. Okay, get your cameras out. This is going to go quickly. The students are hungry. Desiree Wayman, Certificate of Completion.
Joshua Bernal, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude. Joshua is the first concurrent enrollment student to earn a Logistics and Supply Chain Management Associate of Applied Science, and is graduating with him is his dad, the Honorable Peter Bernal, who also earned his logistics degree from PAC.
Let's wait. Let's scroll on, Rita. Rita Canales.
Jade Ariola, Associate of Science.
Nicolasa Fuentes, Associate of Arts.
Brianna Crane, Associate of Arts.
Aaron Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Seth Garza, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Anthony Rivas, Associate of Arts.
Alisa Mora, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Brian Villarreal, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Rogelio Rodriguez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Isabel Acosta, Associate of Arts.
Lorenzo Abernathy, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Laurie Aguilar, Associate of Science.
Desiree Valadez, Associate of Arts.
Hannah Aguilera, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Jose Aguilera Quiroz, Associate of Science.
Brianna Guiñaga, Associate of Arts.
Jacob Aguirre, Associate of Science.
Misty A. Hearns, an Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Penny Alba, Certificate of Completion.
Kimberly Alanis, Associate of Arts.
Elizabeth Alvarado, Associate of Arts.
Aries Antu, Associate of Science.
Stephanie Alvarez, Associate of Arts.
Ariana Apolinar, Certificate of Completion.
William Andrade, Associate of Science.
Madeline Arispe, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Robert Antu, Associate of Arts.
Arthur Arreguin, Associate of Arts.
Martha Arariva, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Damaris Alino Martinez, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Lalaylin Aguilar Alcala, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Joseph Anthony Barin, Associate of Science.
Emily Arenas, Associate of Arts.
Rosa Balderas, Associate of Applied Science.
Angel Arevalo, a Certificate of Completion.
Athalia Barbosa, Associate of Arts.
Lisa Armstrong, Associate of Applied Science.
Lisa Barrera, Certificate of Completion.
Dina Arteaga, Associate of Applied Science.
Christopher Belmar, Certificate of Completion.
Ariel Avina, Associate of Science.
Michael Bermea, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Brianna Baladran, Associate of Science in Education.
Alexandria Bertrand, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Gatana Balboa, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Priscilla Blyfield, Associate of Arts, catch the next.
Corina Balderas, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Andres Botello, Associate of Applied Science.
Eduardo Bardales, Associate of Arts.
Harmony Ann Brace Flores, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Catalina Musarat Barrera, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Wyatt Buffalo, Associate of Arts.
Tiffany Carolee Bell, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Brianna Cadena, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Emily Renee Beltran, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Emily Cadenas Zeledon, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Paul Beltran, Associate of Arts.
Ileana Campa, Associate of Science.
Christina Berlanga, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Perla Canillo, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Deanira Bernal, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Jimena Cardenas, Associate of Arts.
Alicia Betancourt, Associate of Arts.
Jessica Cordoso Hurtados.
Destiny Blake, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Frank Carvajal, Associate of Science.
Anthony Bottocini, Associate of Arts.
Naomi Casanova, Associate of Arts.
Brenda Aire Poteo, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
America Castellanos, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Desiree Boyer, Associate of Arts.
Erica Castillo, Associate of Arts.
Erica Cadena, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Giovanni Castillo, Associate of Arts.
Patricia Gonzadilla, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Stephanie Castillo, Associate of Arts.
Alea Cannon, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Monica Espinosa, Associate of Science.
Alfredo Cardenas, Associate of Applied Science.
Emily Castro, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Savannah Cardenas, Associate of Arts.
Jennifer Cuadillo, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Lucia Caranco, Associate of Arts.
Kristen Sender, Associate of Science, catch the next.
Charlie Carrion, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Evelyn Cerda, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Faith Casanova, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Diana Cervantes, Associate of Science.
Esmeralda Castillo, Associate of Science.
Alyssa Chavez, Associate of Applied Science.
Jasmine Castillo, Associate of Science.
Alyssa Collins, Associate of Arts.
Raven Castillo, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Cynthia Contreras, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Heidi Castillo Aguas, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Leticia Contreras, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Daniel Castro Palmeño, Associate of Science.
Rose Cortez, Associate of Arts.
Helena Cavazos, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Karina Criado, Associate of Arts.
Bradley Cepeda Garcia, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Luis Cuellar, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Janaline Serna, Associate of Science.
Davila, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Jacob Chavarria, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Henry de la Garza, Associate of Science.
Miranda Coates, Associate of Arts.
Mary de la Rosa, Associate of Science.
Jennifer Contreras, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Alexandra de los Santos, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Natalia Contreras, Associate of Applied Science.
Haley Delaney, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Iris Cornejo, Associate of Arts.
Devin Diaz, Associate of Arts.
Jaime Cortez, Associate of Science.
Maricela Dominguez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Ebony Cruz, Associate of Science.
Brittany Donovan, Associate of Applied Science.
Kieran Cunningham, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Billy Dories, Associate of Applied Science.
Christian de la Garza, Associate of Science.
Alexis Duran, Associate of Art.
Lizette de la Torre, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Kelly Enriquez, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Jesse de Luna, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Brisa Esquivel Niño, Associate of Arts.
Jessica De Leo, Associate of Arts in Teaching, generalist.
Iridiana Esquivel Nino, Certificate of Completion.
Adela Dominguez, Associate of Applied Science.
Alexandria Evans, Associate of Arts.
Alicia Donez, Associate of Science.
Amber Flores, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Alicia Dories, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Adriana Flores, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Cassandra Dossi, Associate of Arts.
Christian Flores, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Brianna Duran, Associate of Science.
Hector Flores, Associate of Arts.
Amber Elizondo, Associate of Science.
Kayleen Flores, Associate of Science.
Gary Esparza, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Pedro Flores, Associate of Arts.
Jillian Espinosa, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Christian Fox, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Chris Maria Estrada Diaz, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Jaciel Fuentes, Associate of Arts.
Jeremy Falcon, Associate of Science.
Irene Fuentes, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Seth Felon, Associate of Arts.
Carrie Galindo, Associate of Applied Science.
Ashley Flores, Associate of Arts.
Jenna Galvan, Associate of Science.
Cheyenne Flores, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Brittany Gomez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Cristina Flores, Associate of Science.
Ana Valine Garcia, Associate of Science.
Jasmine Flores, Associate of Applied Science.
Dylan Garcia, Associate of Applied Science.
Carmen Flores, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Emily Garcia, Associate of Applied Science.
Leticia Flores, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Jada Garcia, Associate of Science.
Dulce Flores Miranda, Associate of Science and Associate of Arts.
Kimberly Lynette Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Eliana Franco, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Martina Garcia, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Gabriela Gaitan, Associate of Arts.
Montserrat Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Isaac Galvan, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Raymond Garcia, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Idalia Galvan Bernal, Associate of Applied Science.
Madeline Garabay, Associate of Science.
Lisa Garces, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Angela Garza, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Chloe Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Valerie Gaitan, Associate of Applied Science.
Donovan Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Natalie Gloria, Associate of Science.
Edward Garcia, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Amanda Gomez, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Emily Garcia, Associate of Science.
Diana Gomez, Associate of Arts.
Jocelyn Garcia, Associate of Science.
Felicity Gomez, Associate of Science.
Kristen Garcia, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Rachel Gomez, Associate of Science. Oh, Rochelle Gomez.
Megan Garcia, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Analicia Gonzalez, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Jasmine Garcia Rodela, Associate of Science.
Christopher Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Absidy Garza, Associate of Applied Science.
Jennifer Gonzalez, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Christopher Garza, Associate of Arts.
Marissa Gonzalez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Selena Garza, Associate of Arts.
Sydney Gonzalez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Stacy Gates, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Adrian Gonzalez, Certificate of Completion.
Amanda Gomez, Associate of Applied Science.
Crystal Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Ariel Gomez, Associate of Applied Science.
Drew Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Desiree Gomez, Certificate of Logistics.
Lizette Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Herminio Gomez, Associate of Arts.
Teresa Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Giselle Gomez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Shay Goodwin, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Ohilda Gutierrez, Associate of Arts.
Amanda Granado, Associate of Science.
Alfredo Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Matthew Graves, Certificate of Completion.
Erica Gonzalez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Albert Grimmel, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Jimmy Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Francia Guevara Vera, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude. Catch the next.
Rosa Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Andrea Guillermo Valero, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Veronica Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Sabrina Gutierrez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Alexandria Gonzalez, Certificate of Completion.
Alexis Guzman, Associate of Science.
Carmen Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Anissa Halprin, Associate of Science.
Shalom Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
William Haynes, Associate of Applied Science.
Daniel Guimes, Associate of Science.
Daniel Hernandez, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Maritza Granados, Associate of Arts.
Angela Hernandez, Associate of Applied Science.
Liliana Guajardo, Associate of Arts.
Kimberly Hernandez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Olga Guerra, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Felicia Hernandez, Associate of Applied Science.
Jose Guevara Stevens, Certificate of Completion.
Roxanne Hernandez, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Allison Gutierrez, Certificate of Completion.
Yvonne Hernandez, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Valeria Gutierrez, Associate of Science.
Mia Herrera, Associate of Arts.
Yannick Halliburton, Associate of Arts.
Alea Guadalupe Huerta, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Stephanie Harris, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Angela Huron, Associate of Arts.
Craig Hurd, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Rocio Huertado, Associate of Arts.
Amanda Hernandez, Associate of Arts.
Adrian Imperial Perez, Associate of Applied Science.
Angelica Hernandez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Tara Iracheta, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Brenda Hernandez, Associate of Arts.
Adrian Jaffe, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Ethan Hernandez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Brandy Jimenez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Raylene Hernandez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Ivan Jimenez Guzman, Associate of Arts.
Ryan Hernandez, Associate of Science.
Cheyenne Johnson, Associate of Arts.
Brianna Herrera, Associate of Applied Science.
Jade Jones, Associate of Arts.
Mariah Hinojosa, Associate of Science.
Monica Calzuni, Associate of Arts.
Luke Hoy, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Amy Kling, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Crystal Humphreys, Associate of Applied Science.
Doreen Koski, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Rita Hurtado, Certificate of Completion.
Brandon Kunstler, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Eduardo Ibarra, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Blake Lafuente, Associate of Science.
Nicole Isais Perez, Associate of Science.
Gracie Lara, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Joanne Jamaica, Associate of Science.
Alyssa Lopez, Associate of Arts.
Ariana Hasso, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Jacob Lopez, Associate of Arts.
Jasmine Jimenez, Associate of Science.
Natalie Lopez Gonzalez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Victoria Johnson, Associate of Arts.
Mia Lubin, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Christine Jordan, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Laura Lucio, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Samantha Keefe, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Valeria Loera, Associate of Science.
Bridget Kohler, Associate of Science.
Rita Lugo, Associate of Arts.
Carly Kraft, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Carolyn Luna, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Donna Custer, Certificate of Completion.
Daisy Magana Urena, Associate of Science.
Dakota Landa, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Jennifer Maldonado, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Anthony Lades, Certificate of Completion.
Miranda Mancha, Associate of Arts.
Lisha Sur Aguilar, Gabriela, Certificate of Completion.
Gabriela Mandujano, Associate of Science.
Javier Leos, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Justin Modis, Certificate of Completion.
Kaylis Lopez, Associate of Arts.
Alexis Martinez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Jocelyn Lopez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, magna cum laude.
Bianca Martinez, Certificate of Completion.
Allison Lozano Torres, Associate of Science.
Destiny Martinez, Associate of Arts.
Amanda Lucio, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Elisa Martinez, Certificate of Completion.
Renee Lucio, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Alyssa Moreno, Associate of Science.
Felisa Lugo, Associate of Science.
Paula Martinez, Associate of Science.
Jenny Lujano, Associate of Arts.
Rosie Martinez, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Roberto Esquivel Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Sebastian Martinez, Associate of Science.
Gabriela Luna, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Amanda Martinez Hurtado, Associate of Arts.
Milena Maldonado, Associate of Science.
Valicia Martinez Garcia, Associate of Applied Science.
Libni Mancia, Associate of Arts.
Iris Marty, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Cristina Mandujano, a Certificate of Completion.
Adrian Mejia, Certificate of Completion.
Jason Maris, Certificate of Completion.
Tiffany Mejia, Certificate of Completion.
Nikita Marshall, Associate of Arts.
Alexis Mireles, Associate of Science.
Nicole Hu, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Priscilla Montelongo, Associate of Arts.
Amanda Martinez, Associate of Applied Science.
Maria Mora, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Desiree Martinez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Geraldine Correa Morin, Associate of Science.
Giselle Martinez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Claudia Barra, Certificate of Completion.
Michael Martinez, Associate of Applied Science.
Mariah Muguerza, Associate of Applied Science.
Norma Martinez, Associate of Science.
Jacinda Muniz, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Rolando Martinez, Certificate of Completion.
Annalise Munoz, Associate of Science.
Sarah Martinez, Associate of Science.
Jennifer Murray, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Sylvia Martinez, Associate of Arts.
Jessica Narvaez Vega, Associate of Applied Science.
Naomi Martinez Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Evelyn Nevareso, Associate of Arts.
Ida Martinez Vasquez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Miguel Nunez Hernandez, Associate of Science.
Alexis Mata, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Ashley Okulik, Associate of Arts.
Estefania Maxwell, Associate of Science.
Bianca Olmedo, Associate of Arts.
Catherine Medina, Associate of Science.
Michelle Ortiz, Associate of Science.
Alma Mejia, Associate of Arts.
Zachary Ocio, Associate of Arts.
Kimberly Menjivar Leon, Associate of Science.
Krista Padilla, Associate of Science.
Marissa Montanez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Jesus Patena Villarreal, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Monica Montelongo Cruz, Associate of Arts.
Karina Peña, Associate of Science.
Alyssa Morales, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Leila Perales, Associate of Science.
Elizabeth Moreno, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Christine Perez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Ana Munoz, Associate of Science.
Laura Perez, Associate of Science.
Christian Murillo, Associate of Science.
Yazbeth Perez, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Melissa Napoles, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Frida Perez Arcos, Associate of Applied Science.
Monica Neal, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Emma Polomsky, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Zoe Nolte, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Keely Pratt, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Jillian Ochoa, Associate of Science.
Victoria Puentes, Associate of Arts.
Desiree Ordonez, Associate of Science.
Jesus Quiroz, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Pedro Piscina, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Anaí Ramirez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Julia Ortega, Associate of Arts.
Ashley Ramirez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Reagan Osborne, Associate of Science.
Maria Ramirez, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Addisy Rose Palacio, Associate of Science.
Nicholas Ramirez, Associate of Arts.
Anthony Pardo, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Yasmin Ramirez, Associate of Science.
Nayeli Paredes, Associate of Arts.
Cristina Ramirez Peña, Associate of Applied Science.
Vanessa Pastrano, Associate of Arts.
Madeline Ramos, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jose Patino, Associate of Science.
Elida Rangel, Certificate of Completion.
Taylor Pendle, a Certificate of Completion.
Laura Recuello, Associate of Arts.
Ashley Perales, Associate of Science.
Emerson Reyes, Associate of Science.
Liliana Perez, Associate of Arts.
Roderick Rich, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Citali Perez, Associate of Arts.
Carolina Rico, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Giovanni Plasencia, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Crystal Rios, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Kaylee Ponce, Associate of Arts.
Vanessa Rios, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Herman Provost, Associate of Arts.
Kayla Ritchie, Associate of Arts in Teaching, summa cum laude.
Michael Quiroga, Associate of Applied Science.
Daniela Rivas, Associate of Science.
Amanda Ramirez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Samantha Rivas, Associate of Arts, catch the next.
Farah Ramirez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Sean Rivera, Associate of Arts in Teaching.
Jesse Ramirez, Associate of Science.
Maria Robles, Associate of Science.
Maria Ramirez, Associate of Applied Science.
Veronica Rocha, Associate of Applied Science.
Ray Ramirez, Associate of Science.
Angelica Rodarte, Associate of Arts.
Abraham Ramos, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Cheyenne Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Carla Ramos, Associate of Science.
Felicita Rodriguez, Certificate of Completion.
Fernando Rangel Jr., Associate of Arts.
Jack Zachary Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Jasmine Reyes, Associate of Arts.
Joshua Rodriguez, Certificate of Completion.
Bianca Reynosa, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Melanie Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Haley Rico, Associate of Arts.
Bianca Romo, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Desiree Rios, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Caitlin Rothschild, Associate of Applied Science.
Amber Ritz, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Yasmin Rubalcaba, Associate of Applied Science.
Isaac Resendes, Associate of Science.
Crystal Saldivar, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Diamond Rivas, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Rigoberto Sanchez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Anna Rivera, Associate of Arts.
Hannah Sanders, Associate of Arts.
Monica Rivera, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jamie Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Sebastian Rivera, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Patricia Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Brooklyn Robles, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Ricardo Rodriguez, Associate of Applied Science.
Tamron Robshaw, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Thomas Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Dalton Rockowitz, Associate of Science.
Ida Rogers, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Bonnie Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Yadiela Robles, Associate of Applied Science.
Emily Rodriguez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Lori Salinas, Associate of Science.
Gabriel Rodriguez, Associate of Arts and Teaching.
James Sanchez, Associate of Applied Science.
Jacqueline Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Leticia Sanchez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jacqueline Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Jorge Sanchez Palomares, Associate of Arts.
Jessica Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Francis Sandoval, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Joshua Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Molly Sapp, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Priscilla Rodriguez, Certificate of Completion.
Jennifer Chouette, Associate of Science.
Saul Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Susana Segura, Associate of Arts. Woo.
Victoria Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Absari Serna, Associate of Science.
Kathy Rosales, Associate of Arts and Teaching.
Carter Schulte, Certificate of Completion.
Holly Rose, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Raul Silva Jr., Associate of Arts.
Jessica Ruiz, Associate of Applied Science.
Asia Skipper White, Certificate of Completion.
Elizabeth Sanchez, Associate of Science.
Andrew Solis, Associate of Arts.
Rosa Sanchez, Associate of Arts.
Jose Sotelo, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Danielle Sandoval, Associate of Arts.
Ashley Sutton, Associate of Arts.
Jennifer Sandoval, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Jay Tavera, Associate of Arts.
Desiree Salceda, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Cassandra Thatcher, Associate of Arts.
Sarah Cedillo, Associate of Science.
Vera Torres, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Stacy Serra, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Dominique Tovar, Associate of Arts.
Abigail Shirley, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Haley Trevino, Associate of Science.
Michael Silva, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Holly Tara, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Janet Sativohan, Associate of Applied Science.
Carmen Valadez, Associate of Arts.
Maria Solis, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jessica Marie Valdez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Mariah Sosa, Associate of Arts.
Noah Valdez, Certificate of Completion.
Yesenia Soto, Associate of Applied Science.
Sarah Valle, Associate of Arts.
Samantha Stovall, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Alejandra Vasquez, Associate of Arts.
San Juanita Suarez, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Brenda Vasquez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Julianne Taylor, Associate of Arts.
Marilyn Vasquez, Associate of Arts.
Katie Teroy, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Alexis Vasquez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Abigail Torres, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Perla Vega, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Idalia Torres, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Fernando Venegas Curroyo, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Catherine Trevino, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Matthew Villanueva, Associate of Science.
Tuyashimi. Claude Tuyashimi, Associate of Arts.
Alexis Villapadierna Lau, Associate of Science.
Hasmin Uyoa, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Daphne Villarreal, Associate of Arts.
Elisa Valdez, Associate of Science.
Dalia Villarreal Montes, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Araceli Vasquez, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Deidre Washington, Associate of Arts.
Destiny Vasquez, Associate of Arts in Teaching, cum laude.
Emily Wells, Associate of Arts.
Michael Vasquez, Associate of Arts.
Kaylee Wiley, Associate of Science.
Alexandria Velasquez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Keegan Wilson, Associate of Arts.
Luis Vergara, Associate of Arts.
Michelle Ibarra, Associate of Applied Science.
Estefany Villapando, Associate of Applied Science, magna cum laude.
Marie Yui, Associate of Science.
Mayra Villanueva, Associate of Science.
Emily Zanini, Associate of Arts.
Claudia Villarreal, Associate of Applied Science, summa cum laude.
Isabel Zapata Garza, Associate of Applied Science, cum laude.
Dazabel Villegas, Associate of Arts.
Diana Yeomans, Associate of Science.
Kylie Wallish, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Antonia Zapata, Associate of Arts.
Jenny Whiteside, Associate of Applied Science.
Troy Zavala, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Alexander Wilkins, Associate of Science.
Megan Yoho, Associate of Arts.
Stacy Wood, Associate of Science.
The following individuals are being recognized for successfully completing the requirements of the GED program at Palo Alto College. Elena Alderete.
Bethany Bullock.
Maria del Rocio Gonzalez.
Cristina Guadalupe Gutierrez.
John Main.
The following students are graduates of Castem Early College High School. Jonathan Aguilar Gonzalez, Certificate of Completion.
Joseph Aguirre, Certificate of Completion.
David Amaya, Certificate of Completion.
Alberto Alvarez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Daniel Battle, a Certificate of Completion.
Lexi Astorga, Certificate of Completion.
Kevin Chavez Guerrero, Associate of Science.
Arnulfo Cabello, Certificate of Completion.
Brianna Garcia, Certificate of Completion.
Paige Croft.
Jose Gonzalez, Certificate of Completion.
Ricardo Garza, Certificate of Completion.
Alexander Gutierrez, Certificate of Completion.
Johnny Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Zitlali Hernandez, Associate of Science.
Gutierrez, Certificate of Completion.
Arnulfo Isaias, Associate of Science.
You too, Associate of Science.
Misael Leal Salazar, Associate of Science.
Nada Bania. Larissa, Certificate of Completion.
Mary Naw, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Kevin Letty, Associate of Science.
Stephanie Ponce Ruvacalba, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Jocelyn Maldonado, Certificate of Completion.
Karina Ramos Jamie, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Charles Massey, Associate of Science.
Pandora Rivas Hernandez, Associate of Science.
Anahio Olvera, Certificate of Completion.
Emiliano Salazar, Certificate of Completion.
Gabriel Ramos, Certificate of Completion.
Diego Sandoval, Certificate of Completion.
Devani Salazar, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Carla Vargas, Certificate of Completion.
Jonathan Salazar, Certificate of Completion.
Christian Young, Certificate of Completion.
Katia Vasquez Gutierrez, Certificate of Completion.
Evan Trevino, Certificate of Completion.
Natalie Cepeda, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
The following students are graduates of Harlandale STEM Early College High School. Carisma Abundis, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
David Abundis, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Alfonso Acosta, Associate of Science.
Alexis Aleman, Associate of Science.
Brianna Almeida, Associate of Science.
Karen Cabrera, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Alexander Calderon, Associate of Science.
Jeremy Cantu, Associate of Science.
Emily Contreras, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Carlos Cordova, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Carlos Dominguez, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Thomas Elizondo, Associate of Science.
Ashley Espinosa, Associate of Science.
Sean Espinosa, Associate of Science.
Alejandro Facio Palomares, Associate of Science.
Alexia Flores, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Daniel Fonseca, Associate of Science.
Destiny Garay, Associate of Science.
Andrew Garcia, Associate of Science.
Laura Garcia, Associate of Science.
Tommy Garza, Associate of Science.
Alice Gomez, Associate of Science.
Matthew Gonzalez, Associate of Science.
Adrian Hernandez, Associate of Science.
Christopher Jose Rivera, Associate of Science.
Natalie Lopez, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Nicolas Matthews Lozano, Associate of Science.
Cristina Martinez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Sabina Esperanza, Associate of Arts.
Cristo Mendoza, Associate of Science.
Hugo Humberto Medina, Associate of Science.
Abraham Medellin, Associate of Science.
Davelin Mesa, Associate of Science.
Fernando Moreno, Associate of Science.
Talia Murillo, Associate of Science.
Jared Orozco, Associate of Science.
Jasmine Peruskia, Associate of Science.
Alexandria Plata, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Oscar Quintanilla, Associate of Science.
Isabella Ramos, Associate of Science.
Adam Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Diego Rodriguez, Associate of Science.
Diego Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Luis Sainz, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Robert Russell, Associate of Science.
Elias Sanchez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Giovanni Salazar, Associate of Arts.
Katie Sandoval, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Cassidy Sevilla, Associate of Science.
Kimberly Saulas, Associate of Science.
James Torres Smith, Associate of Science.
Andrea Trujillo, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Jose Urbiola, Associate of Science.
Michelle Vogues, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Jesselyn Yamaguchi, Associate of Science.
Priscilla Ibarra, Associate of Science.
The following students are graduates of Kennedy Early College High School. Mark Brainerd, Associate of Arts.
Angie Castellan, Associate of Arts.
Emily Castillo, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Diana Coronado, Associate of Arts.
Daisy Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Alondra Ramirez, Associate of Arts.
Alejandra Reyes, Associate of Arts.
Joaquin Robledo, Associate of Arts.
Angelina Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jared Salazar, Associate of Arts.
Delilah Salinas, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
The following are graduates of Madla Early College High School. Abriana de la Rosa, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Celine Garcia Delgado, Associate of Science.
Melanie Gonzalez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Kavita Hunt, Associate of Science.
Perla Ibarra, Associate of Arts.
Chasey Jackson, Associate of Arts.
Maya Harmon, Associate of Science.
Lauren Leja, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Abigail Lida, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Lila Marquez, Associate of Arts.
Nathaniel Molina, Associate of Arts.
Victoria Narvaez, Associate of Science.
Jasmine Peoples, Associate of Arts.
Aiden Perez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Landon Perez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Jolie Romero, Associate of Arts.
Angel Salinas, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Angelica Segura Herrera, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Elvis Taylor, Associate of Science.
Jake Thompson, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
The following are graduates of Memorial Early College High School. Naomi Arriaga, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Agustina Gutierrez, Associate of Arts.
Alejandra Martinez, Associate of Arts.
Francisco Muñiz, Associate of Arts.
Jarev Peña, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Francisco Osoria, Associate of Arts.
John Rocha, Associate of Arts.
Esther Ortiz, Associate of Arts.
Brisa Rosales, Associate of Arts.
Joseph Ramon, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Abigail Cifuentes, Associate of Arts.
Lucia Rogel, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Sydney Simmons, Associate of Arts.
Shui Sain, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
The following are graduates of South San Antonio Early College High School. Robert Aldana, Associate of Arts.
Juliana Arguello, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Daniel Castillo, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Alyssa Contreras, Associate of Arts.
Laura Cortez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Michelle Cruz, Associate of Arts.
Katie Diaz, Associate of Science.
Jasmine Flores, Associate of Arts.
Mandy Flores, Associate of Arts.
Celeste Garcia, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Endora Garcia, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Praxina Guerra, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Jose Guardiola Hernandez, Associate of Arts.
Leslie Gutierrez, Associate of Arts.
Raya Guerrero, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Alejandro Herrera, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Miriam Guzman, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Eddie Lopez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Amber Kraut, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Mariah Lucio, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Alyssa Lopez, Associate of Arts.
Esmeralda Macias Frausto, Associate of Science, summa cum laude.
Glory Lopez, Associate of Arts.
Destiny Martinez, Associate of Arts.
Kaylee, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Devin Medellin, Associate of Arts.
Ana Martinez, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Betsy Morales, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Elena Martinez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Jonathan Murillo, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Julian Mejia, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Victor Ramos, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Edson Morales, Associate of Arts.
Mario Rodriguez, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Aiti Nino, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Reggie Serna, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Lauren Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Valena Tafoya, Associate of Arts.
Olivia Rodriguez, Associate of Arts.
Mirka Tiscareno, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Esmeralda Silva, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Hannah Vasquez, Associate of Arts, cum laude, magna cum laude.
Stephen Tilley, Associate of Art.
Juliana Zavala, Associate of Science.
Zayla Vasquez, Associate of Arts.
Giovanni Vuncanen, Associate of Arts.
The following are graduates of Southside Early College High School. Marisa Adame, Associate of Science.
Haley Adams, Associate of Arts.
Jacob Andrada III, Associate of Science.
Healy Barrios, Associate of Science.
Henry Benavides, Associate of Science.
Jesse Benavides, Associate of Science.
Cynthia Berumen, Associate of Science.
Nicholas Cantu, Associate of Science.
Priscilla de la Mora, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Angelina Ellis, Associate of Science.
Julissa Flores, Associate of Science.
Jasmine Frausto, Associate of Science.
Jennifer Garcia, Associate of Arts.
Renee Graham, Associate of Science.
Damian Gutierrez Ortega, Associate of Science.
Jordan Ingram, Associate of Arts, summa cum laude.
Matt Lanu Perez, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Emily Munoz, Associate of Science.
Edgardo Menchaca Loyola, Associate of Science.
Isaac Martinez Mendoza, Associate of Science.
Dominic Martinez, Associate of Science.
Abigail Marroquin, Associate of Science.
Fatima Lugo, Associate of Science.
Julissa Peña, Associate of Science.
Michelle Patino, Associate of Science.
Leslie Patiño, Associate of Science.
Justin Padilla, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Agustin Otero, Associate of Science.
Destiny Orozco, Associate of Science.
Jose Ramos, Associate of Science. Associate of Arts.
Justice Rendon, Associate of Science.
Jacob Rodriguez, Associate of Science, magna cum laude.
Sadie Rojas, Associate of Science.
Carolina Rubio, Associate of Science.
Jennifer Torres, Associate of Arts.
Emma Uriegas, Associate of Science.
David Vasquez, Associate of Arts.
Kira Vela, Associate of Science, cum laude.
The following students are graduates of Southwest High School Early College. Lucia Diaz, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Hani Santos Sanchez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Gabriela Salceda, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Dalton Trevino, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Victoria Velasco, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
The following are graduates of Zescla Early College High School. Angelina Alvarado, Associate of Arts.
Travis Arguello, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Dariela Capetillo, Associate of Arts.
Amanda Espinosa, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Celeste Francisca Escamilla, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Marshall Frida, Associate of Arts.
Diamond Flores, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Mia Godina, Associate of Science.
Luz Garcia Munoz, Associate of Arts.
Jose Leon, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Jacob Gonzalez, Associate of Arts.
Tyler Link, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Caleb Levin, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Sabrina Mendez, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Liliana Martinez, Associate of Arts.
Samuel Moore Sanchez, Associate of Arts.
Victor Mercado Reyes, Associate of Science, cum laude.
Liliani Prieto, Associate of Arts.
Eric Ray Pritchardo, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Charisma Ricarte, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Ariel Rangel, Associate of Arts.
Raymond Sandoval, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude.
Sofia Rios, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
Joshua Torres, Associate of Arts.
Samantha Tejas, Associate of Arts.
Erlyn Wood, Associate of Arts.
Kiara Allison Vasquez, Associate of Arts, cum laude.
And finally, Samuel Zamundo, Associate of Arts. Let's give a hand to all our graduates, Spring 2022. Congratulations.
Students here. Well, this is where I'm supposed to ask the graduates to please stand, but you all are already standing, so let's celebrate. Now I know there's some Southsiders in here. I want Pop in the AT&T Center to hear you all, so let's hear it. Come on, graduates. Southside, that's what it's about. So as president of Palo Alto College, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the graduating class of 2022. You may now acknowledge receipt of your degree by changing the tassel from the right to the left side. Congratulations. So I'm going to ask you to please be seated. And before you leave, we're just about to wrap up here. I want to bring to your attention, now I know many of y'all were asking, why is there a car in the back? Bring your attention to the car that we have parked near the graduates right over there. In the fall of 2021, we announced a partnership with North Park Toyota of San Antonio to help students get where they need to go. As part of the college's Graduate and Drive giveaway, select eligible graduates were entered into a drawing, and one lucky student will get the keys to a brand new car right now. So to help me kick this off, I'd like to welcome Ms. Tanya Eubanks, General Manager at North Park Toyota of San Antonio and the 2021 Palo Alto College Honorary Degree recipient. Ms. Eubanks.
Dr. Garza, I would like for you to join me, please. Thank you. He's moving fast, huh? Look at this guy. Be careful. Look at this guy. Woo! Woo! Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining me. Good evening. And congratulations, graduates of class of 2022. It is an honor for me to be here tonight, giving a lucky winner the opportunity to win this brand new and free Toyota Corolla. Believe it or not, I've been hiding this car for 2 weeks, okay? Every single customer has been wanting to buy this car, and I told them that somebody special was gonna win this car, and I've been holding these keys for you guys. Last year, I was on this ceremony receiving an honorary degree. And I can tell you that on all the years in my career, that was probably one of the most special moments in my career. And I wanted to thank you for that. It is now my turn to pay it forward. Dr. Garza and I have become really good friends throughout the years. And I can tell you that he's been a huge advocate for Palo Alto Community College. And you're very lucky to have him, so congratulations, sir. We are very lucky, and I'm very lucky to be part of this Southside community. And I can tell you that you guys have done a lot of great things, not just for me, but for my store. And because of that, I am very grateful to you guys and to the community on the south side of San Antonio. We started a partnership like this one with the Southwest Independent School District 12 years ago. And we've been giving free cars for the last 12 years, not only to Southwest, the school, or the high school, but also we started with Legacy High School. And moving forward, every single new graduate from Palo Alto Community College will have the opportunity to do the same. You know, so thank you for letting us be part of this great community. Dr. Garza, thank you for allowing me to be part of this great ceremony. You know, and I'm looking forward to the years to come. This is going to be part of the tradition. You know, congratulations to all of you. Because look at how many people had the opportunity to win this thing. And here we are, we have 10 lucky winners that tomorrow will be driving into my store with only a driver's license. You pay absolutely nothing, and tomorrow somebody will be winning these cars. So thank you for your hard work. My God, your hard work is gonna pay off after we see who's gonna be driving tonight with that beautiful, beautiful car. Congratulations. Woo!
Are they going to start it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You want to tell them how we're going to do it? Yep. It's for you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Eubanks. We're going to go ahead and do our car giveaway. Who's getting ready to give away this car? All right. Let's meet our 10 Palo Alto College, North Park Toyota of San Antonio graduate and drive potential drivers of this vehicle. Let's meet them right now.
Hi, my name is Brianna Crane, and I'm graduating with Associate of Arts today.
And what's your name?
Brianna Crane.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Brian Villarreal.
Hi, I'm Jada Reola.
Hi, I'm Anthony Rivas.
Hi, I'm Aaron Moses Gonzalez, and I graduated with Digital Arts and Media.
Hello, I'm Seth Garza.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Mora.
Hey, this is Rogelio Rodriguez. I love y'all.
Hi, I'm Nicolasa Fuentes.
Hi, I'm Rita Canales.
All right, so these are our 10 graduates. Miss Eubanks is going to get in the car in the passenger seat, and each of these graduates is going to have the opportunity to come pick one of these randomly assigned keys, but do not push any of the buttons until you get in the car and get ready to turn it on, okay? So at this time, you can come up and randomly pick out your key, okay? Go ahead, randomly pick out your key. One of these is going to turn on this car. Remember, don't touch the buttons. Do not touch the buttons. Okay? Get a picture. All right, let's wish them some luck. Let's wish them some luck. We're gonna go just first, next person up, or you wanna pick them, or? Okay. Okay, Primo's gonna. Okay, come on up. Okay. Okay, in the key. Now please sit in the car and she's gonna give you instructions on how to turn it on. Let's see if the engine turns on. See if the engine turns on. One question before we finish. What is the best college in the world?
Palo Alto College.
What's the best car dealership in the world?
North Park Toyota.
All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Garza.
That is awesome. One more round of applause for our lucky winner. Woo! He's out there jumping for joy. Awesome. So congratulations on being the first winner of our Graduate and Drive car giveaway. Thank you, Tanya at North Park Toyota of San Antonio. Graduates, please stand.
Just come on over and we'll get the keys back, okay?
This concludes Palo Alto College's 2022 commencement ceremony. We ask friends and family to remain seated while the platform party, faculty, staff, and graduates recess. Please enjoy the music of Mariachi Campanas de America. Thank you.
Pero un día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Llorar, 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 llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te me vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero. Enseñó que mi destino era rodar y rodar.